Good morning. Welcome to 30 Minute Reviews. I am Adam. We are here to talk about DC's Super Bowl ad, which, I think it's the best way they could have handled their Super Bowl ad this year. Because why take out four 30-second TV spots? I mean, obviously the Batman's going to have a bigger TV spot. I think that goes without saying. Considering the Batman's a little under a month away, and they're going to want to get as many eyes on that as possible. And, this is arguably the biggest TV event of the year. So, yeah, they're going to take out ad time during the Super Bowl to do a larger trailer just for the Batman. But in regards to their other movies, this is probably the best way to do it, considering the other ones don't have really full trailers yet. Like, there was that first look at, teasers that they had at Fandom a few months back. But I don't think that really is enough to... A lot of people didn't see that because it's a fan thing. A fan event. And if you're not a fan, you're not going to go actively seek that out. So, yeah, I think that this is an interesting idea. Now, what was in the trailer was the 4 major DC movies coming out this year. And I'm saying 4 because I'm not including DC Super Pets because they aren't including it either. Because it's an animated kids movie, and quite honestly, I don't give a fuck about it, so I don't think they give a fuck about it either, based on the fact that they didn't include it in this trailer. So yeah, the issue with this is, you don't get a good enough look at any one of the movies to be able to say, oh, this one looks good, this one doesn't look good, except for Black Lightning. Now, the Batman, we've seen plenty of TV spots for it. It's all over the place, and, I've turned around a little bit on the Batman, although I am starting to feel as if the Batman is shaping up to be a little divisive. I think that the fan event that they're doing 4 days before the movie comes out, where you can pay $25 to see the movie, get a free NFT, and get a free copy of The Long Halloween #1. Well, I say free, but it's an IMAX movie for $25, so you're really, paying full cover price for a fucking comic book on top of that. But I don't think that's shaping up to be something that is a positive for the movie. Like, if I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this coming down the pipe from WB, I'm like, oh, they're anticipating critic reception to not be great. So if they thought the critic reception was going to be good, they would have put they would have put they wouldn't be doing this, I don't think. Because, look at other DC movies. They haven't done this. They didn't do this for Birds of Prey, they didn't do this for the Suicide Squad, they didn't do this for, they didn't do this for Shazam. Well, Shazam had the 2-week early access screening, but Shazam was also well received by critics, and Shazam also with a smaller budget, and it didn't quite have the word of mouth that the Batman does. They weren't spending as much on marketing for Shazam, and this was an easier way to do it, while also profiting on it. Shazam did that. You don't see Marvel doing this ever. And most movies don't do this unless the critical reception is not going to be good, and they want to be able to slap together a audiences everywhere love the Batman trailer, where it's they cite tweets about the Batman, and that. If that's what they're trying to do, that indicates to me that is an early sign that they have little faith in the critical reception of the movie. I could be wrong. Critics could love the movie. The movie could be great. I think there's a distinct possibility that that's not the case, though, based on this early screening. This early screening round. I'm not going because I'm not paying $25 because you can't use A-list for it. I'm not paying $25 to go see the Batman 2 days before I'm going to see it anyway. I don't think that, I don't think this bodes well for the movie in any way, shape, or form. What else was there? So then, after the Batman, the next DC movie is Black Adam. And Black Adam gets a ton of footage, more footage than it had before, and footage showing Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, and, or maybe Isis, and, what's it called? Oh yeah, I think it is Isis, because that's Sarah, whatever her name is, playing her. And maybe that was. I watched the trailer once, and that was it. And all of that. But that's, a cool kind of thing they have going for them there. So that's interesting to see how that plays out. And then I'm looking forward to that one. I think of the movies, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Then comes the one I'm looking forward to the least, The Flash. And The Flash has a trailer that showcases, it's a voiceover from Michael Keaton asking why he's trying to save this world so badly, why is the world worth saving. And here's my thing. It's a Flash movie. I don't need, Flashpoint to be the first Flash movie. I don't need Michael Keaton in my Flash movie. I think once you start having Batman and Supergirl and all of these other added things to this movie, it starts feeling less like a Flash movie and more like a big event movie. And calling it The Flash is going to not help in a way. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but I don't think it's going to be as good as, other nostalgia bait movies like, what's it called? Like, No Way Home or, even The Force Awakens. And I think the thing is, too, the one thing that does tickle me a little bit is, even if he's not there, and I've said what my ideal scene in this movie would be, and that would be Grant, his Flash, giving Ezra Miller the cup talk that John Wesley Shipp's Jay gives Barry in the Flashpoint on CW. That would be my ideal scene. Is Grant now in this role as the mentor, the aged, wizened Barry Allen, giving that talk about how you can't just fuck with the timeline to suit your needs because things will go wrong and you cannot always fix it. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't think that scene's going to be in the movie. But if we're bringing in all these other characters, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, we do these giant events and it's like we're going to bring in all these other characters, but not, like, I feel like not bringing in John Wesley Shipp and not bringing in Grant is a missed opportunity on a few levels, because it's one of those things where it's like, we're going to sit here and we're going to pay homage to the past. That's fine, but I feel like you gotta, all the past, not just the past that you think will suit your needs, and not further piss off the Snyderverse fans. And I think that the other thing with the Flash movie is, I do find it funny that even if Grant's not there, everything that goes wrong in this Flash movie is because of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Because that's the thing, is pre-Crisis, there was Earth 89 was the home of Batman 89. Michael Keaton's Batman was on that world, because we see early on Robert Wall go, all right, big guy, I hope you're seeing this, as the skies turn red and as the antimatter wave comes and takes over the planet. Then, that happens, and I still find it so funny in that part of the episode. I'll get off that diatribe here, but, Superman and Lois are on Kandor, and it's like, they're like, all right, I know what we're going to do. We're going to send Jonathan Kent to Earth in a pod, and it's like, is this the first response of Kryptonians? Anytime something goes wrong, it's like, we're just going to launch a kid in a pod to Earth. That's always our first response. Anyway, that happens, and then all the universes are destroyed except for the focal point of time, and Barry enters the Speed Force with the Spectre, and at that point he meets Ezra Miller's Flash, and that's where Ezra Miller's Flash gets the name The Flash. And also, because of that point, these universes are now merged. So, assuming that, whatever happened, the way it kind of lines up is, whatever Ezra Miller's Flash does happens concurrently with the new universe formation that happens in Part 4, when all of the not paradigms, the paragons are creating the new universes, or the new multiverse. That's when he does his thing, and it's perceived as his fault, but really it's Grant's fault, as usual. And then they don't show too much from Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, but they do double down that it's coming out this year. which indicates to me at least that they're not blinking off of the date of December 17th, that being the day of Avatar 2's release. I think that's an interesting idea, that they don't think that Avatar 2 is going to be good. Though this could be an Iron Man situation, where Iron Man famously came out opposite the Prince Caspian, because Disney thought Iron Man was going to bomb. And they're like, yeah, that's Iron Man. Who the fuck cares about Iron Man? We'll make, we'll put out our Chronicles of Narnia 2 on the same day. People will go see Chronicles of Narnia 2, and they won't go and see Iron Man. And sure enough, that did not happen. Iron Man went on to become Iron Man, and I think they did one more Chronicles of Narnia movie. I want to say Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And then they went off and did the Chronicles of Narnia kind of ended. But it's an interesting kind of trailer. You can watch it on YouTube. I don't have an exact link to it, but you can watch it on YouTube. It's worth the time to watch, because it's interesting to see where these movies are going. I still think that in order of my interest, it's, Black Adam, the Batman, Aquaman, and that's only because Batman's coming out in like 2 weeks, and I'm inundated with, TV spots for it. Then Aquaman, then The Flash, which is sad to me. But until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.